Do y'all remember the Amber Guyger I guess case where she shot and killed Botham John, I think his name is. Yes, Botham. Shot and killed um him in his own apartment after she accidentally walked in to his apartment thinking it was her own. I remember details of the case. I'm not sure what was confirmed or not. If I'm not mistaken, which I'm pretty sure, ended up being that she actually knew him and possibly dated him at some point or something like that. But that's beside the point. Right now, the family of Botham is suing Amber Guyger they said for millions, at least here. We'll see if they explain a little bit more in the video, which I thought was kind of interesting. I guess I'll elaborate a little bit more after this, but I also do remember the family hugging her and quote unquote forgiving her. So rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. So I'm not really sure why they're now suing. But we'll see. All right. But yes, Amber Guyger, this is an update. She got 10 years for killing somebody. And the family is suing. All right. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. All right. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Testimony began today in the federal wrongful death lawsuit trial of former Dallas police officer Amber Guyger. Guyger believes she was entering her own apartment and mistook Botham Jean as an intruder. She shot and killed him, and she is serving a prison sentence for his murder.
So Botham Jean's family is suing Guyger. She's representing herself, but was not in the courtroom. No one, in fact, is at the defense table on her behalf. Fox 4's Sean Rabb was in federal court for testimony this morning.
Body camera video from officers in Botham Jean's apartment gripped the courtroom, including jurors, with ebbing emotion as they watched other police officers try and save his life.
It's hard for us as attorneys to watch these videos, to see a young man who had the entire world before him taking his last breath. So we can imagine how hard it is for the jury. We've had the opportunity to see these videos a couple of times, but for the jurors, this is their very first time.
Those jurors saw Botham Jean in death and in life. Videos and pictures played in court as Washington and a group of attorneys from the Ben Crump National Civil Rights Law Firm introduced the 26-year-old to the 12 jurors and 2 alternates. September 6, 2018,
It's really sad when it's sad regardless, but to me it's even worse when you see the picture of the victim and this is how they look. Looks like just like a nice, normal, young kid at that point, right? He actually looks younger than 26. Just minding his business, got taken out by some idiot cop. These look at this picture here, like just literally just a normal guy. Seemingly normal guy, right? Can't ever judge a book by its cover, but it's just sad. It's just not, I don't know. It makes it even harder, in my opinion.
Introduced the 26-year-old to the 12 jurors and 2 alternates. September 6, 2018, just off-duty Dallas police officer Amber Guyger went to Botham Jean's 4th-floor apartment at Southside Flats, where she also lived, thinking it was her 3rd-floor apartment. She mistook John for an intruder, shot and killed him, and now serves a 10-year prison sentence for murder.
The main issue is when Amber Guyger pulled that trigger, was that use of deadly force justifiable? That's the main issue.
Law enforcement expert William Bill Harmony, testifying by Zoom from Tennessee, answered that question in the civil case. No, it wasn't justified, he said, adding her actions did not follow national policing procedures or DPD policy in the use of deadly force. Alyssa Charles Finley, John's sister, told the court Dallas police did not tell her that her brother had died, only that he had been shot, and it was, quote, a sensitive situation. It was hospital staff that broke the news her younger brother was dead. She told the family. Finley, fighting tears, testified she spoke to her brother hours before his death. He said a friend invited him to a sports bar to watch the first game of the NFL season. And I said, why not stay home? Because it's safer at home. Tiffany Young observed the first day of testimony.
The Botham Jean family attorneys have done an excellent job of really painting the picture of who he was, of his promise and potential, not only in the city of Dallas, but across this nation.
If a jury comes back favorable, I think it sends a message. It sends a message to other police officers that you need to think a second before you pull a trigger. And that's what these cases are all about.
Sean Rabb, Fox 4 News.
Yeah. Let me make sure I'm clear. Yeah, they're suing Amber Guyger. I don't know why they're suing her. They need to be suing the police department. They're not going to get millions from her. But I mean, I guess that would kind of help, right? If they sue her and clear her out, that way when she gets out in 10 years, probably 5 years with good behavior, right? She won't have anything stacked up for her, but she probably doesn't have that much anyway. So me personally, I would say, go after the police department.
Brennan Lauren Botham, John's family.
Sorry. This is a shorter video here. We just got some comments. Yeah, see, people were saying, the fact that the family was hugging her and talked about being her friend is the reason why I have nothing to say about this. I wouldn't necessarily say that. After that foolishness, they went back to the Caribbean and left us here to look crazy after we fought for him. I wouldn't necessarily say that. The family's decision, in my opinion, have nothing to do with what happened to that, to the young man. I get what I get what they're saying, but I wouldn't necessarily agree wholeheartedly. To me, the family hugging and like I said, wanting to be, I was saying that earlier, wanting to forgive her and stuff like that, just it kind of confuses me as to how we got here today, where now you want to sue her. If you, and I get it. To me, I'll be honest, the whole forgiveness thing after someone does something like this to your family member, I get it. I guess from a biblical standpoint, I can understand, for those who are, religious or, far into religion, I can understand it. I don't know. I think my idea of forgiving is like, okay, I'm not going to give that person my energy anymore, or that person's actions my energy anymore, and try and move on with life, especially being that you can't change something like this. But to go as far as like hugging, comforting the person that did this to your loved one, I'm sorry, I don't believe that that's forgiveness. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. To me, I don't believe that that's forgiveness. That could be an extension of forgiveness, but me, I wouldn't do that. I think there's different ways to forgive people. Like I said, I think you can forgive people. You can even verbally say like, I forgive you. But you don't need to. I just feel like black folks in general, we're way too forgiving in these situations, and it really stems from the church, wanting us to, or leading us to do that. And again, I'm not against anybody who feels different, and I'm definitely not against religion and thoughts around religion. That's a very touchy subject. I don't even want to get there, but I can just say for me personally, I'm all for forgiving people. I see it far too often, especially with these types of crimes where, you got the black family hugging on the officer or the crazy person that then took this person away. and you're comforting them in a situation where they didn't have any kind of comfort for the person that they took away from you. Right. And that's supposed to be forgiveness. I just feel like we can forgive in different ways. Again, you can forgive somebody by simply saying, like, I'm not going to think about that person ever again. I'm not going to be trying to fight that person or go after that person in any other way. I'm just going to let whatever, God has in store for them, let that play out. And I'm going to be over here minding my business and trying to, pick up the pieces of my life that this person left for me in shambles, But yeah, I can understand this comment. I don't necessarily agree with it because, again, this part where he or she says that, after that foolishness, they went back to the Caribbean and left us here to look crazy. You didn't really look crazy fighting for him because you're fighting for him. Just because they went back to the Caribbean doesn't make you look crazy for fighting for someone who was killed, unjustly. The two aren't related, so yeah, I would disagree with that second part of it, but I understand, I understand what they were part of what they were saying. Let's see. Yeah, nothing else. Everybody's, still, saying what we all are saying, 10 years, ridiculous, ridiculous. I think she was saying that she was tired or something like that. What's funny is that I've actually done that, actually walked to the wrong floor of my apartment and went all the way up to the door. But I knew when I got there, something wasn't right. I was looking, I was like, I got a floor mat out front and I'm like, where's my floor mat? And I looked up like, oh, I'm on the wrong floor. So, but I would never think to just start blowing somebody away as soon as I walk in. I mean, if I walked into the wrong apartment, I would believe that the entire apartment would look different as soon as I open the door. But this is not a trial video. This is something out. She's already been sentenced to 10 years and she essentially got away with it, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think on this. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Families looking to sue after after she essentially got off from the 2018 murder. All right. Oh, well, there we go. Got an update just that fast. No, I was going to share a second video, but decided I'd just put these two together. Just as I was getting ready to post this video, I saw that there was an update on the payout for Amber Guyger for Botham Jean's murder. They're saying she is ordered to pay nearly $100 million. All right, so I'm gonna share this real quick. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, I think what I was saying before is, does she have money to even pay? So I don't really understand, but we'll see. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think.
Breaking news, a verdict has been reached in the civil trial of former Dallas police officer Amber Guyger.
Guyger was convicted 6 years ago of shooting and killing Botham Jean in his apartment, which she said she thought was her own. Let's get right to Robbie Owens. She's live for us in Dallas now with the verdict. Robbie.
Well, Ken and Karen, just moments ago, this federal jury here awarded $98.6 million to Botham Jean's family. The jury was asked to decide three questions. One's guilt, when that's already been determined. Amber Guyger is in prison right now for killing Botham Jean, but jurors today in this civil action were asked to decide whether she used excessive force. The answer to that question, yes. They were also asked, was she acting under color of law? Was she acting as a police officer? Yes. And with that, then they were able to consider both compensatory damages to the family of Botham Jean, but then also punitive damages. And on that question of punitive damages, the jury returned a verdict of $60 million in punitive damages. Now, Botham Jean, as you know, was a young accountant in Dallas who was in his own apartment in September of 2018 when he was shot and killed. Amber Guyger has taken responsibility for that, saying at trial, her criminal trial, that she mistook his apartment for her own. She is a former police officer. She has no wealth or income to speak of. She was not even here at this trial. She didn't show up, didn't mount a defense, but attorneys for the Jean family said that they wanted this verdict to send a message that Botham Jean's life mattered, and also they wanted this verdict to act as a deterrent. They wanted to send a message, and at $98.6 million, this jury has certainly sent a message. Allison and Bertram Jean, Botham's parents, are in the courtroom right now. The judge is allowing them access to our courtroom to speak with those members of the jury, and we are expecting them to come out shortly and speak with us as well. We will bring that to you in our news at 5 if they come out before then. Reporting live in downtown Dallas, Robbie Owens, CBS News, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, good. Good for them. They won. Just I don't know. I don't understand, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert by any means. I just don't understand why they went after the cop who they said was acting as an officer. Why they went after her and not the police department. That's the one thing that confuses me. The thing that kind of frustrates me though is that I feel that if they did go after the police department and won, rightfully so, they wouldn't have been awarded $100 million. To me it's just like yeah, run it up to 100 million when you know that the person that the person can't pay it and that the people will never see a dime of it. But when the city would actually have to pay this out because the city would have, essentially have the money to do so, then all of a sudden his life, is only worth $1 million, 500,000 or something ridiculous, right? That part frustrates me. Because it just sends a fake message and I get, they said that they're trying to send a warning and create a deterrent, but the true deterrent would be actually hitting the pockets of these officers and in these departments, in my opinion, right? Because what kind of deterrent is this when you got someone in jail who would never pay? The only deterrent is that if a cop were to be in that situation, the deterrent is that they don't want to go to jail. It has nothing to do with the millions of dollars that they would have never paid anyway, because everybody knows Amber's not going to pay it. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. All right. Yeah. Again, this is fresh off the press. I was just getting ready to post the other video. Or the first half of this video today, and then I'm like, oh man, here's an update. So thought I'd drop it all at once, but y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, it's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.